Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad-Gita, chapter number 2, text number 64. Ragadvesha vimuktestu vishayan indriyescharan Atma Vishayar Vidayatma Prasadam Adhigacchati. Here, Lord Sri Krishna says, a person who is free from raga and dvesha, attachment and aversion. Here, Lord has been explaining about the senses, sense objects, and mind. So, if a person who is not unnecessarily attached or unnecessarily averse to the objects of the senses is actually a right person to have prasadam, the mercy of the Supreme Lord. We always understand one thing, that the mind always pondering on the sense objects, which means it enters into the sense objects. And sense objects also eager to enter into the mind. And the soul being situated in one place as a witness, it actually gets bewildered because of these two guys' interactions. But they are interacting each other because of the presence of the soul, consciousness. We need to know that it's all happening because the soul's presence. If the soul is not there, even though the gross senses are there and different components of the body is there, but none of it's actually work. As much as a machine does not work without the electricity supply. However, soul is a person, is not just a light. So here the Lord actually says, by controlling the sense objects and mind, and one situates oneself in tranquility, not attached or hate anything, remain always neutral. That person, Vidayatma means, in order to get rid of the aversion and attachment, one has to have a Vidayatma. Vidayatma means one who has obtained scriptural injunctions. Just like if you go to a senior lawyer's office, you can see hundreds of law books. Because there are tons of laws. Education department has their own laws. Military department has their own laws. Criminal department, external department, internal department, right? Education, police, irrigation, agriculture, transportation. So many laws have created. Why? Government wants people to know what are their laws. So they put everything in papers. Then and there they modify the laws. New laws comes every day. The laws are changing. So all these things are given to the police department and also the lawyers. So one who knows all these laws is considered to be a best of all lawyers. So this is the state and federal laws. When you follow all these rules and regulations given by the state and government, then you are considered to be a good citizen. Paying taxes are also there. That also helps the government to recognize it. So this is the state and federal laws. Similarly, for the soul's upliftment, there are scriptural injunctions. That is called here as Videyatma. A person who follows the Supreme Lord's law, he is considered to be a very intelligent soul. Videyatma. That person obtains prasadam adhigacchati because they follow the Supreme Lord's laws. Here we call Supreme Court. This is not the Supreme Court. But this is the Supreme Court because within our country there is a great court. Therefore we call it as Supreme Court. But there is the absolute Supreme Court. That is Krishna's court. He has given all these injunctions for the souls to follow. By following that, as much as you get the mercy of the government leader or the prime minister by following their laws, you also get the mercy of the Supreme Lord by following the Vedic injunctions given in Bhagavad-Gita and Srimad. By following the path of the Vedic injunction given by the Supreme Lord, we are free from the raga and dvesha, attachment and hatred. These two things is actually very important. Most of the time we disrespect those people who are not part of our family. This is in regard to the human beings I am talking about. We hate all other living species. Even the reptiles crawling around in the rainy season, or snakes, or other wild animals who gives you trouble, or any creatures that create inconveniences to the humanity, to oneself. We don't like that. The tendency is already there. What to speak of other species of life? Germs and worms, further small troublemakers, right? So this is our situation. So the hatred develops because they are not useful for us. Sometimes we remain neutral, but that doesn't happen all the time. Then raga is there for our own men only. So we have self-centered life around us. So this is what raga means and dosha. But if you look through the Shastra Chakshu, Vedic injunctions, we will have no reason to hate anybody, love anybody, because we see everyone is part and parcels of Krishna. Just like these state and federal laws will not ask you to go and kill somebody whom you do not like. Similarly, the Vedic injunction gives everyone is a spirit soul. All are children of God. So when that perception, vision comes to us, that in cat, dog, tiger, lion, you see spirit souls. Stavara jangama deke, na deke taramurti. Sarvatra hoya nija ishta deva spurti. Stavara jangama, whether it is moving or non-moving living beings, you do not see their external forms. What you see in them is your Ishta Deva, the Supreme Lord. So, such consciousness is there. We have to just make an endeavor to obtain that, following Sadhu, Shastra and Gurus. But if we have no information about that, then what we can do? So therefore, we need to make an endeavor to obtain that. Therefore, The first aphorism of the Vedic literature is Atado Brahma Jijnasa. Now you have a human form of life. Inquire about the absolute truth. What is the truth of life? So such a person who follows these injunctions given by the Lord through the Vedic literature is qualified to obtain the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. Prasadam adhigacchati is very clear. The Lord is going to benedict you, bestow mercy upon you. In the Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna says, Yad Shastra Vidim Utsrujya Vartade Kama Karada Nashashiddhim Avapnodi Nashugam Naparam Gadi. A person who does not follow the Vedic injunctions, Na Shastra Vidim Utsrujya Vartade Kama Karadaha, due to the lust, material desires, he just indulges in all kinds of activities as it pleases him. Kama Karadaha, Nasha Siddhim, he never achieved perfection. Avapnodi Nasugam, nor he attains any happiness. Nasugam Naparam Gadi, nor he will achieve the highest destination, the supreme destination. Just because we act whimsically. So, the Lord has given the scriptural injunctions to us to follow. Like the Indian government has given all kinds of laws for us to live comfortably and happily in this world. Those who do not follow, they are all condemned and punished. The government put them in prison house. Similarly, if we do not take the injunctions of the Lord seriously by the termination of our life, one day we will be kicked out of this body. That time the person is going to be very much abused and punished by the Yama. Yama means rules and regulations. Raja means the king of those rules and regulations. Therefore, he is called Yamaraj, the king of all rules and regulations. So, he is the direct representative of God to take care of these aspects. He is the supreme criminal judge. So that is what we are talking here. Raga Dvesha Vimuktesu, being free from attachment and aversion, and by following Krishna's laws, which will naturally include your state and central laws. Because Krishna's law speaks all laws. When we are following, it is automatic that we are following the state and federal laws also. We never break anything. So that is the meaning of this verse. To achieve the blessings and mercy of the Lord, we need to follow that. That is our best of all self-interest. We need to be selfish in this matter. I must follow the laws of Krishna. Let it be selfish, no problem. But we will be on the safe side. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.